living room studio, right in the heart of your neighborhood. It's The Tomorrow Show, starring your host, Jimmy Gallen. Tonight's special guest includes the one and only Harper Lee, also known as Now.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for choosing to tune into tomorrow. I would say today, but that's not the name of the show. We have prepared a real treat. We are going to dive into the world of English and try not to drown. Fun, right? More like challenging. So everyone put your hands together and welcome Harper Lee. Thanks so much for having me. I hope I don't do anything stupid. I get stage fright. Anytime, Harper. I wanted to start off the show a little different. Because you're extremely shy and not very good with your words, I'm going to give America, no, the whole world a reason to say thank you. Cue thank you music. Thank you, Harper Lee, for writing To Kill a Mockingbird, a novel every child will one day be required to read in their English class, but never actually will. Thank you, Harper Lee, for only writing one novel and then switching to magazine articles. I don't think my brain could handle much more. Thank you, Harper Lee, for writing a letter to Oprah and uncreatively titling it Dear Oprah. Thank you, Harper Lee, for writing Christmas to Me. Although I have never actually read it, I like to say Christmas to Me by Harper Lee because, it rhymes. Thank you, Harper Lee, most of all for being born April 28, 1926 in Monroeville, Alabama. These are some of the reasons we decided to have you on the show. Wow, those are some really nice things you said about me. I meant every word. Before we move on to our last segment of our show, I wanted to get to know you a little better. The accomplishment you're most known for, of course, is writing To Kill a Mockingbird. But what did you do before you were the most famous author to only write one book? Well, way before you were born, I worked in New York as a flight reservation clerk. I bet that experience helped inspire your writing. Yes, it made me realize that I like fictitious people way better than real people. Originally, I was going to school to become a lawyer, just like my papa. But after countless arguments with unsatisfied customers, I decided I would rather live in my head. In fact, I was able to quit my job because my friends and family gifted me lots of money to cultivate my fictitious world and become a full-time writer. I hope you at least dedicated your book to them. In a way I did. I unintentionally modeled my characters after them. So let me get this straight. Your friends gave you money to focus on your writing, and in return, your inspiration comes from acknowledging them in a way only you would understand? Yes. Nice. Can you introduce these inspiring people to me? No, they're dead. I myself am no spring chicken. No, you don't say. So you mentioned earlier that you originally studied to become a lawyer. Yes, I first studied at Huntington College in Montgomery, Alabama, and then I pursued a law degree at the University of Alabama. Then, when I realized that law might not be the best decision for me, I then spent 1 year abroad at Oxford University in England. Thank you, Harper Lee, for that history lesson. Do you regret the time wasted studying law? On the contrary, because I had an in-depth understanding for the law, it really inspired me while I was writing my novel, which led to more recognition that being a lawyer would ever yield. What exactly do you mean by recognition? Everyone knows your name. Well, that is nice, but I was referencing the awards that I have received. Did any of them come with prizes? Well, the first award I received was called the Pulitzer Prize, and that came with a $10,000 check. That's not too shabby. What other awards did you win? I also won Bestsellers Paperback of the Year Award 1962, Best Novel of the Century, Library Journal, Los Angeles Public Library Literary Award, and Presidential Medal of Freedom, and... Wait. You won a Freedom Award? I can make the connection for the other awards because you're a writer, but why did you win? I was asking myself the same question. When I received a letter, I thought they had made a mistake, but when I inquired to the reason, they said it was because of the depth of the influence my novel has on America. That makes sense. I actually reread your book before the show so that I know what I was talking about, and your book has influences and teaches to stand for what is right, just, true, no matter who is on the opposing side. It was a great reminder of American history and brings those events to life for those who weren't affected by those terrible events. Thank you. The way you described that was right on. I actually would like to recite some of the book, if that's all right with you. I think it describes the moral of the novel perfectly. You memorized your book? Impressive. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, it's even on a To Kill a Mockingbird website, so it is easy to quote. Here I go. A boy trudged down the sidewalk, dragging a fishing pole behind him. A man stood waiting with his hands on his hips. Summertime, and his children played in the front yard with their friend, enacting a strange little drama of their own invention. It was fall. The children fought on the sidewalk in front of Miss DeBoe's. Fall. His children trotted to and fro around the corner, and the day's woes and triumphs on their faces. They stopped at an oak tree, delighted, puzzled, apprehensive. Winter and his children shivered at the front gate, silhouetted against the blazing house. Winter, and a man walked into the street, dropped his glasses, and shot a dog. Summer, and he watched his children heartbreak. Autumn, again, the Boo's children needed him. Atticus was right. One time he said, "You never really know a man until you stand in his shoes and walk around in them." Just standing on Radley's porch was enough. Wow, that is amazing. I am truly inspired. Thank you. Have you ever thought of pursuing a career in writing? I already have one. I wrote every word on this show, which brings me to something else I wrote. How good are you at singing? I'm not sure, but I have a feeling I'm going to find out pretty soon. And you are right. I have a song that I wrote. Well, partially wrote. I wrote all of my lines, and you have to write yours as you're singing them. Fun, right? To give you some time to think, I will go first. Ready? Hit it! Here's a little song that I wrote. It's all about a girl I know. You know her from a book that's called To Kill a Mockingbird. I know that she is really old. She's from the modernist period. Starts from 1900 to 65, which is a long, long time ago. Yeah, when written, most pieces end up fiction due to the new description of the modern time. In that time, people were questioning why the war destroyed their lives, and poems became common. It seems like everything's falling apart, and authors wrote to gain control.